I thought Tiffany Henyard was the worst mayor in the South suburban area of Chicago. I was wrong. I thought Lori Lightfoot would be the worst mayor in the history of Chicagoland area. I was wrong. Brandon Johnson is worse than both Tiffany Henyard and Lori Lightfoot combined. Now, Tiffany Henyard, that's crazy because she's really terrible. But I'm gonna explain why Brandon Johnson is actually the worst. And that is because Brandon Johnson is responsible partly for what's going on right now with the migrant crisis. It's one thing to go hundreds of million dollars in debt, but it's another thing to tell ICE, listen, if you guys come, we're gonna help these guys go free. But outside of that, Brandon Johnson has been alleged to be a part of some corruption scandals that include getting gifts from the mayor's office in the city of Chicago. But this is not the first time that Brandon Johnson has been hit with these allegations. Remember his wife received this?
As the city of Chicago grapples with a massive budget shortfall, NBC5 Investigates has uncovered records showing that the city spent $80,000 renovating a single office to be used by Mayor Johnson's wife, the First Lady of Chicago.
The receipts show that city workers did much of the labor and billed the city for that work.
Now, several people have been accusing Brandon Johnson of being corrupt.
So you campaigned Brandon Johnson on that you was not, and you promised that you were not going to raise property taxes. So now we see you're a liar. You don't care. You do not stick by what you said you were going to do. Also, you all refuse to listen to Chicago citizens. So since you all refuse to listen to the people that put you all in office, then y'all see Trump won. He almost, you see how he mopped the floor with Kamala. We almost, United States almost had a red wave. We're gonna make you all go sit, y'all don't get a time out, the Democrat Party, gonna sit in the corner for about 20 or 30 years until all of you all realize to stop playing with the American citizens and stop playing with the Chicago citizens. I'm asking for the Attorney General to do an audit, because we need to see the breakdown of how you guys allocated that money to these illegal aliens. And after that, we need Jay Pritzker and we need you, and we coming for those seats because we're turning all of this red. We're not playing and we're not stopping. So since you don't want to work with Trump, audit. That's what we're looking for, audit. We're calling for that, and we want to see a breakdown of how you all spent all money. Since my taxes got to go up on my house, after I done paid all this money and he gave these years my husband, and now we almost finna be homeless out of our home. This is not going to play. It's not going to go right with you all, how you all think. We are not playing and we're not stopping.
And that's not all.
My favorite picture, because this describes our mayor. He is taking an oath to illegal immigration, and he's going to uphold this oath to illegal immigration because he ran on this. Okay? He doesn't care anything about Black Chicagoans, and he's not going to do anything for Black Chicagoans. So we have to get him out. We're going to vote him out of office. Okay? But before we vote him out of office, we're going to get them forensic audits. That this administration stole COVID-19 money, surplus. They stole our reparation $500,000 money. I also know they stole this illegal immigration money, okay? And they're laundering money all day. That's what the Democratic Party does. They launder money all day. They launder taxpayers' money all day. So we need a forensic audit. And once we get that forensic audit, because we would like to see where our taxpayer dollars are going to. And it starts right with this administration. Mayor Brandon Johnson.
Fuck being rational, give them what they asked for.
But now, like Eric Adams, they are coming for him too. You see, he has an investigation where the mayor's office was receiving gifts, and he tried to stop them from investigating the gifts. But unfortunately, this happened.
A new report is highly critical of the way the mayor's office handles gifts accepted on behalf of the city. The Office of the Inspector General says Mayor Brandon Johnson and his predecessor, Lori Lightfoot, keep a room on the 5th floor of City Hall to store those gifts.
You see, Brandon Johnson is going to learn like a lot of black politicians, unfortunately. They put you up there to lead Chicago. But eventually, what you don't understand is you are the fall guy. And Brandon Johnson just got a raise in the city of Chicago. And I believe right now his approval rating is 14%. If he was smart, he would step down. But he will definitely not repeat as mayor. Again, you've heard the threats the young ladies are making, like, hey, listen, Chicago went red damn near. Illinois almost went red. And if Chicago flips, Illinois really is a red state historically. So the only thing that's keeping Chicago really blue is Cook County. Once Cook County goes, Illinois goes back to the Republicans. The reality is a lot of black politicians are going to get out there and get the black vote simply to lie to the black voters and then go start doing whatever they want to do. And it always made me wonder, why is Brandon Johnson so protective of these illegal migrants? Why is he so protective of these migrants? And it kind of makes sense now. It's like, okay, are you getting paid? Are you getting some level of money for protecting these guys? Because if I'm a mayor and I want to be the mayor again, and this is my job, all right? If he gets fired, what other job can he go back to? He's not a lawyer like Lori Lightfoot. Lori Lightfoot had her own law firm. So what can Brandon Johnson go back and do? Teach? I mean, he was doing that. Possibly he might not do that again because they're mad at him over there. So I would want to keep my job. So I want to make the citizens of Chicago happy. And I want to basically be able to be reelected. They're already calling for the guy to be let go. So how can you do this? The worst way to do this is to take migrants over the people who pay taxes in the city. And the only way that I could do that, not saying that I would, because I'm pro-black, but if I could do it, if I was hella shady, and if you were giving me some money to do it that was greater than my salary as a mayor, and I was getting some kind of funds to protect myself, so once you do kick me out of being mayor, I'd be set for life. That's the only way I could explain this stupid stuff that he's doing. And again, always remember at the voting panels, guys, skin folk ain't always kinfolk. Policy is what matters. If you're in these black cities, black dominated cities, Chicago, Detroit, Jackson, Mississippi, any place like that, right? Cleveland, Ohio, big black population, Philadelphia. The black agenda is something that needs to be organized. And it's not just vote blue no matter who, it's what is this candidate going to give us? We're not gonna vote him in because, or her in because she's a black woman married to a black man, or a black man married to a black woman. You can be married to somebody black and hate your own people. We've seen it time and time again. What are they gonna do for the community? Obviously, they're the mayor of the whole entire city. It's not just blacks living in Chicago, but the mayor should not be anti-black. His behavior shouldn't hurt the city. Eric Adams, in my honest opinion, has taken a much better approach to the migrant crisis than Eric Adams has, because he wants to keep his job. And I do believe that Eric Adams could repeat as mayor. Now, it's looking like it. Brandon Johnson, on the other hand, has not put the city of Chicago in the best position to be protected. He's just not. And unfortunately, his ass gonna be on YouTube like me. He might as well get him a mic, a roadcaster, some coffee, and start making video content and a diary about how he got fired as the mayor of Chicago. Start it now, bro. So you have that YouTube money coming in when they let your ass go, I believe in 2026, 2025, something like that. I don't know, 2027? Y'all know what year he gonna be let go. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Jackson, back at it again with an episode here at Fair Use. I'm out.